Watch out, fat families. It's time to get off your wobbly bums and melt that lard.
Hello guys, and welcome to a brand new reaction video. And today I've decided to delve into the British side of reality TV shows and show you one of the worst shows ever to air on British TV. I haven't seen it personally. I've seen the intro to an episode, in fact the episode we're about to watch, and that is it. So I know nothing about what actually happens in this show, other than it's a man who essentially fat shames people. I know. I can't believe this was allowed on TV. I cannot believe that I'm even reacting to it. But I thought it would be entertaining for you guys in the UK to see how far we've come with reality TV. And also for you guys in America who obviously, and around the world to be fair, who haven't seen this show before. It's a low point in our country's history. We've had many, let's be honest. But this is definitely a very, very low moment. So without much further ado, let's take a look at the first episode of Fat Families.
I'm in Telford, Shropshire, and I'm about to meet one of the fattest families I've met in my life. This trundling trio are grazing their way to an early grave.
This trundling trio, one of the fattest families I've ever met. I could not hear myself spoken about like that on TV without there being a serious scrap happening. A serious scrap. This is absolutely wild. Who allowed this kind of thing on TV? Who allowed this? This is so horrendous.
Watch out, massive fatties. The lard police are in town.
The lard police? Rah, this man thinks he's all that, doesn't he? He's come in, he's like, look at me. The definition of health. Let me shame these people before they make their way to an early grave. Watch out, massive fatties. That is a line and a half.
She's the picture of health, and along with husband Mike, they live an active life. Grandparents Anne and Les are fighting fit.
This family doesn't look particularly fat. I mean, this is quite good, no? I'm sorry, no?
But in reality, they look like this. The three fattest cuffs weigh a whopping 77 stone.
They did not just blow them up like balloons. How was this allowed on TV, guys? They literally added the balloon as if they were inflating them.
This trio devour up to 3 times as much food as they need in a single sitting.
Right, I don't need the close-ups of people eating like that. They're just like stuffing their mouth. I don't need the close-up of that. I get what you mean.
They will be 6 feet under before they know it.
Oh God, it's so awful to watch people eat. I've never actually properly taken into account how bad it is watching people eat. This is making me feel a little bit ill. I've just had my lunch as well. I don't want to chuck it up.
I can stand there naked and like what I say. I love my big body.
That is a very healthy, positive attitude to have. I think the fact that you are not ashamed of how you look, that is there's a message in there somewhere, and there's a lesson to be learned.
In fact, she loves
not them playing "We je t'aime, damn" in the background. I can't. I don't think you understand, guys. British reality TV actually just takes the piss the entire time. It takes the absolute mickey the entire time. And I can't believe that they're doing this to these poor people.
Tanya, Mike and Anne have been chewing through a monumental 15,000 calories per day.
Per day! 15,000 per day! That's a lot of calories. You're meant to have 2,000-3,000 at most a day.
Anne is 56 years old and a worrying 22 stone.
Thank God the lard police are in town.
I'm Steve Miller, full-time motivator and former fatty turned fat buster.
Former fatty turned fat buster. This man, he must have sat up late at night thinking, right, what can I think up? Former fat person turned fat police. No, that doesn't quite work. Oh, do you know what I think is going to work? Former fatty turned fat buster. It's all the it's the plosive sounds. It just makes it sound so sort of like, oh, catch you off guard. But this is phenomenal.
Too much time sat on their fat bums, that's their problem, plain and simple. If they don't pull out their chubby fingers, they'll be on the way to an early grave.
I can't believe he's walking down the street saying all this, because if I was sitting in my living room, right, and I'm seeing this man walking down, I'm nosing out the window, I'm going, what's going on? And then I hear him going, too much time on their fat bums, that's the problem here. I'll be like, what? What's going on here? What's happening? I don't know.
Right, I like being fat. I've always said it, I love being fat. You know, you can be too fat to live. And I think I kind of crossed that line now.
I think, do you know what's so healthy about this show? The fact that these guys are like, look, we know we're fat, we know. That doesn't mean we have to become super skinny. It just means that what we're going to be wanting to do is just lose enough weight so that we are healthy. Fair enough. I think that's absolutely fair and valid. And I like the fact that they're very aware of it. It's not like when you watch some shows like Super Size versus Super Skinny or whatever it is.
To me, it'd be nice to lose a couple of stone when we get on that plane so I can pull that tray down and eat my meals properly.
I didn't even think about that. I was like, they might need 2 seats on the plane because that's apparently something that happens. Also, how are you going to Florida, walking around theme parks? Are you even able to go on the rides? Like, surely there's a weight restriction.
So I head off to the supermarket with Tanya and Mike.
Tesco's! This is not sponsored, by the way. But what an iconic shop. We love a cheeky Tesco's. Love it. For you guys in America, it's the equivalent of like your Walgreens. Whatever your sort of like supermarket stores are, that's what Tesco's is. Iconic. Your little club card. Yeah. Get me in there for a meal deal. No.
Tanya has got so big that she needs a mobility scooter just to get around.
A mobility scooter? Oh, this poor woman.
This particular aisle bit right there behind Michael is my problem.
Crisps and Sour Patch Kids are my downfall. In fact, I literally finished a whole packet last night. Actually, no, I split it into 2 nights. I had all of the flavours apart from the red ones the first night, and then I had the red ones the last night. That was my little treat. So, like, I completely get it. The amount of self-restraint you need to have to walk through a supermarket and not pick up stuff that you don't need. Like, I don't need crisps, I don't need chocolate, I don't need sweets. But do I like them? Absolutely. Get in my basket.
They need to change, and they need to change.
I thought I recognised this place. This is Chichester. That's where I went to uni.
This kind of Chinese cuisine is amongst the fattiest kind of food you can eat, at around 1,400 calories per serving.
Listen, I'm going to get a lot of hate for this. Chinese is not my favourite cuisine. It really isn't. I wouldn't even put it in the top 5. Purely because sometimes it just makes me feel a bit icky, a bit gross, and a bit queasy afterwards.
With 2,000 calories in Chinese cuisine wolfed down, next stop, the chocolate fountain.
No, not you putting a bowl under the chocolate fountain. I've never seen anybody do that. That might be something that people do on the reg, but I've just never seen anybody do that in my life. So that's kind of crazy to me. Like, usually you kind of just like stick your marshmallows or your strawberries under and then you put them in a little bowl. I've never seen someone fill a bowl up with chocolate sauce.
What should we do then?
Crisps.
They've just got back from the Chinese and like, what should we do? Crisps. No. Because that meal has set me up for the day. I don't even think I'll be needing dinner. I think I might just have like a sandwich or something. Or I might have some like picky bits. I don't know.
Yeah. The big bag of 10.
Yeah.
That's the bag I want. Don't bring me a little individual bag. Bring me the big bag, babes.
I don't want to laugh. But it's just that I don't want a silly little individual bag. I don't want the big bag of 10. Like, she's literally sounds like me. Like, you know those 6 bags of hula hoops that you can get? They're deadly. They're deadly because 1 bag isn't enough. 2 bags is like barely hitting the sides. 3 bags? 6 bags? Yeah, that's where you're at. And then that's the whole packet gone. You're like, hang on a minute. Where's all my hula hoops gone? Oh, I've eaten them because I just chowed through them.
Cake after cake, in they go. When will they stop? Nobody knows.
This fucker with his voiceovers. When will they stop? Nobody knows. He's so vile. But also, like, can't help but feel like what's happening here? Like, actually, what's happening?
And I would say I've put on 3 stone over the last 10 weeks.
How do they afford to eat like this? Like, how? We're in a cost of living crisis now. I know this was like 15 years ago almost, but we're in a cost of living crisis right now. Pennies are tight. Pennies are really tight. And honestly, it's tough. Go to a supermarket and a pack of crisps cost you £2. You're thinking, hang on a minute, I remember when these used to be £1. What's going on here? So yeah, honestly, these guys, I want to know what their jobs are. Like, how do they afford this?
Sorry.
You're not the only one that cries, love.
It's awful, isn't it?
You're not the only one that cries, love. This guy is so insincere. It's actually hilarious. I feel like he genuinely does care. He genuinely does. But also, he'll then in a voiceover be like, these trundling trios of fatty lard balls, they're going to eat themselves to death if they don't take a turn now. And then in person, he's like, it's okay, pet. It's all right. It's okay. It's all good. Don't worry. And I'm like, how have you got two sides? It's like he's out of the house and he's like, right, the fatties. And then he goes in, he's like, oh, don't worry, I totally understand. It's so two-faced.
Whose obesity is so out of hand, she now requires breathing apparatus to sleep at night.
Nah, okay. We've come to a point where now I'm like, hang on a minute. You need breathing apparatus to sleep. Yeah, no wonder she's got to the point where I'm like, do you know what? Something needs to change. Because if I was so big that I'm needing breathing apparatus, force me, take all the food out of my house, I'm going to starve myself for a week. And I'm going on walks every day. That would actually scare the living daylights out of me. I couldn't. You couldn't tell me I had to wear breathing apparatus while I slept. In case of what? What's going to happen to me if I don't?
And things are hurting, so I'll stop walking.
It's not too
Frightened
late.
that it's all going to give up before I get there.
Yeah.
I can't help it.
God, it does break your heart, doesn't it? Oh, I couldn't watch this. Happen in real life. Like, it would actually break my heart.
I'm in Telford with the Cuff family, who between them weigh a cool ½ a ton.
They're in Telford, not Chichester. Ignore me. Apparently, the Tesco's look very similar. Very similar indeed. So, that's my bad.
And you, Tanya, you're a crispaholic, babe.
I know.
I too am a crispaholic, Tanya. Don't worry, darling. We'll sort you out. This is CA, Crispaholics Anonymous, and my name is Ethan, and I'm here to say that I really love hula hoops. I know. I'm trying to cut down. I've got to go cold turkey, because otherwise I'm going to become a hula hoop.
At times, it was like you guys were eating and weren't aware of it. It's like it was an unconscious process. It was...
This is the thing, we've all been there. We've all gotten bored in our day and thought, what can I do? Let's just eat something. There'll be a bag of crisps, you just think, or there'll be a bag of sweets. It may be a bit of fruit. Nah, no one's eating fruit.
The Cuffs need to realise exactly what their lifestyle...
No, not them playing No Scrubs in the background. I don't want no scrubs. Scrub is a bet, don't get no love from me. Hanging at the passenger side of his best friend's drive, trying to holler at me. Do you see what I mean by, like, they actually just do them so dirty with the song choices? What do you mean, no scrubs?
So I need to...
As far as you're
Yeah,
comfortable.
no, I'm comfortable.
Because I want you to have a look.
The amount of strain that amount of fat must have on your body is wild. Like, we already know that obesity causes your, like, organs to age at a much quicker rate than if you are slightly slimmer. And so the amount of strain that this must be putting on her internal organs, as well as her back.
This has got to go.
Are we going to melt this fat?
Absolutely 100%.
I love the fact that she's so down to do this. She's like, yeah, let's get it gone. I love the fact that, like, there's no denial here. There's no sort of, like, I'm not fat. Like, you see some shows and people are like, oh, no, I'm fine. And people are telling them, you're going to die in 2 weeks. And they're like, nah, surely not. I won't die. And then they do. So I'm glad that she's really proactive. She's like, let's get rid of it. Let's do it. I'm excited to see the transformation. I think she's going to do well. Hopefully, fingers crossed. We'll see how she gets on.
You don't do something about your type 2 diabetes right now. This can lead to some very, very serious and life-threatening conditions.
Oh my God, type 2 diabetes. That's horrific.
And there is fat infiltration on the liver, around the liver.
I didn't even know that was a thing that could happen. What do you mean the fat has infiltrated the liver? That's craziness.
The interesting thing is you're not morbidly obese.
Really?
You are super morbidly obese.
Okay.
Why did he have to say it like that? You're not morbidly obese. You're super morbidly obese. That is wild. I couldn't have you delivering that news to me without getting in a scrap with me. We're getting in a scrap. We're fighting. We're fighting. We're having it out here and now.
19 stones of you is fat.
19 stone. 19 stone. Out of 33 stone, 19 stone of that is fat.
Point out what you think is the ideal portion to be eating.
I would probably say the third one from the right. So if we're looking, it's this one. I would say that is the correct portion, if I'm being honest. One of those two. I think the one on the end, there's not enough lasagna. That stuff down there is ridiculous. Like, the stuff closest to that guy, ridiculous. But those two there, I feel like that's fine.
Tell them both. Up you get.
Up you get.
Up you get.
Up you get.
Yeah.
Up you get.
Couldn't have my children saying that to me. I'd be like, listen here, you. I made you. I can break you. All right. I'm joking. I wouldn't literally. I brought you into the world. I can take you out. I'm joking. I wouldn't. No, it's fine. But my point still stands. I'd be fuming. You can't. My own children can't be saying that to me. Get up. Get up. I couldn't. I couldn't be hearing that. It could not be me.
Eat less, move more. But until I get that into her head, she is never going to move forward.
I would literally take the sofas away, which is so vile of me. But I was literally sitting there going, I bet he's going to take the sofas. That was my first thought, take the sofas away. If she's sitting on the sofas all day, take away the sofas. Because where's she going to sit now? Oh, she can't sit down. Guess it's time to go on a walk.
Taste test party.
Red melon.
Sorry, red melon. Red melon? What do you mean red melon? It's watermelon, you numpty.
The kind of stuff that you guys have been grazing on per week. Yeah, per week, not per month.
That's wild and crazy to me. Also, the fruit table is looking kind of sexy, you know. It's looking very naughty, very cheeky. I'd like to have my way with that fruit table.
My team have been radically transforming their pad from a house of fat to a house of fit.
I was joking about removing the sofas, but they've replaced the sofa with an exercise machine. I mean, smart. I'll be honest, this is smart. It means that, like, they're gonna be exercising at home. Yeah, this is, I can only see good things coming from this. They're definitely not going to be having tantrums about this.
And with one day in a theme park equivalent to a 6-mile walk, they will need to be a lot fitter.
Get your big butt moving.
Couldn't have my child talking to me like this. Get your big butt moving. Yeah, that kid's getting round the back of the head. How dare you talk to me like that?
I will be able to see exactly what you're up to 24/7. So if you're sitting on that sofa, doing nothing, can't be bothered, full of excuses, I will see it.
The camera's crazy, by the way. The camera's actually crazy. I can't believe that he's going to be spying on him. And I bet he'll have like a speaker that goes, "Get off the sofa, you massive fatty!" Oh my god, this guy has no chill. This guy's like, it needs to change now.
4 billion packets of crisps, and that's every single year. With all the oil in that, it may not be long before you're on the way to Fatsville.
How could he call me out like that? How does he point me in the camera and say you're on the way to Fatsville? How dare he? Me and him is going to have a scrap outside.
Consuming just 1 packet of crisps every day for a year is equivalent to drinking 5 litres of cooking oil.
Why did I watch this? Because it's ruined crisps for me. 5 litres of cooking oil. That is crazy to me. Because they taste so good. They taste so good.
Mike's progress has slowed down to 0, and Tanya has lost 1 solitary pound. I sense the initial excitement is wearing off.
I can't lie, it does get to a point where you do think, actually, fuck this, I can't be bothered. I can't be bothered.
The results at the moment are appalling.
Oh, no. Kiss my because I've worked my I'm on that because I'm in agony. You can kiss my I tell you, because I'm not doing it.
There was so many censored words there. This Dunny is not going to be lying to them and being like, I can't believe it. He's watching them. He can see what's happening. He's got the nanny cam in there. He can see how long they're actually exercising for.
Mike's lost £16 in just 5 weeks. Amazing.
That's not bad. That's a good amount that he has lost. That's incredible. £16 in 5 weeks.
31 stones, £1.
Hey, yeah, nearly 2 stone. Nearly 2 stone.
Oh, this is healing my heart. This is so beautiful to watch. I love that they're all so supportive of each other. They're like, yeah, let's go. Woo! Oh, this is fun. This is fab. This is excellent. Love it.
To burn the calories in 1 packet of crisps, you would need to walk 2 miles.
I have to walk 2 miles for 1 packet of crisps. God, it's just not worth it. It really isn't worth it. That's a family pack, right? Not one of those little tiny things that have about 3 crisps in them. Like a family bag. We're talking about a family bag, right? Please tell me we're talking about a family bag.
Oh, look at me. Look at me. Look.
I think she looks very glamorous. I think she looks very lovely. I think she looks absolutely fabulous. Yeah. Absolutely big slay. They've done a wonder on her with her makeover. Love it.
It's a very different man who's standing in front of me now.
Wow.
How you doing?
Yeah, that is a radical transformation. Yeah. I think it's just because they've got nice clothes on now. It's not bad of me to say. I feel like it's just because they're now dressed up. I would look at him and I wouldn't think he's like morbidly obese. Do you know what I think? Do you know what I mean? Like I wouldn't think that just from looking at him now.
I've been given a new lease of life.
You've done well, mate.
Also, not them playing Chasing Cars in the background. No wonder I'm feeling emotional. That's a song that always makes me really upset and cry because of bloody Grey's Anatomy.
This is no going back. This is, I want to see my great-grandchildren.
Oh, this is actually just... This is so amazing. It's just so nice to see such a happy look on their faces, knowing that like they're on the road to success. They've made the hard push. They can do this now.
She can now look forward to an active, fitter future with her grandchildren.
So glad that this was a success for Anne. She broke my heart earlier when she broke down in tears, so I'm here for her. Yeah.
And finally Tanya, who was a massive 33 stone.
29 stones, £7.
3.5 stone. Oh, honestly, I don't think anybody, unless you've tried to lose weight, you know how hard it is to lose 3.5 stone in 10 weeks. That's a lot. That's a lot. Wow. Well done. Honestly, I'm so impressed. I'm so impressed. Well, that was the first episode of Fat Families. I don't know whether I'm going to do any more videos on this. I feel like they're all just going to be the same kind of vibe. But we'll see if this does really well. Maybe I'll come back for a second part. But I don't think it's actually... Now I've seen the episode, I don't think it's as bad as I think people make it out to be. Is it horrendous? Is it a horrendous show? Absolutely. That guy, what's his name? Steve Miller. Yeah, Steve Miller. Craziness, first of all. When you open up and you're like, watch out, massive fatties, the lard police are in town. I just think that's a lot of energy to come in with. But I feel like actually he was very kind, caring, considerate throughout. It's just when the cameras were on him and he was on his own delivering stuff to the camera, that's when he was like, fatties. Whereas like when he was with them, he was like, oh, it's okay, it's fine. So yeah, on the whole, I enjoyed myself. I hope you guys have as well. Make sure to like, comment and subscribe. If you did enjoy, make sure to let me know down in the comment section down below. And we're on our way to 3K, so make sure you're subscribing. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. See you guys later. Bye now.